Hello, welcome back to the podcast. Let's Run Facebook Ads, the podcast with myself, your host, Nick Boddington. I hope everyone is well and getting great results from your Facebook ads. Today, I want to discuss your budget and what your budget should be, and really how to determine your budget. I get asked a lot by all types of companies, all different shapes and sizes, especially when they are starting their ads for the first time or are very new to their Facebook advertising, is understanding what budget you need to put on your campaigns or your ads per day to get the results you need. Now, there is a few things that come into this. We have learning phases, we have learning limited. You've probably all come across these sort of things because you would have seen them in your ads manager. Now, learning limited and learning phase. So what is the learning phase? The learning phase is Facebook's way of trying to understand as much as it can about your business, what your leads are, what your purchases are, how much it's costing, just everything about your particular ads manager, okay? So it's trying to understand that. We have a pixel on our site, we may have had our CAPI, which is our conversion API set up, and Facebook is now wanting to learn. Now, let's say you get your campaign, you've got 3 ad creatives, you've got your copy, you set your ad live and you're putting it at $10 a day. Now, the problem you've got here is if you've never done any advertising and don't really understand what your cost per acquisition is, or cost per lead, or cost per purchase, you don't really know how much you should be spending a day because you don't know what it's going to cost. So let's say me, for instance, right? If it's costing me £30 a lead, okay, I know that if I'm spending £10 a day, it's going to take me on average 3 days before I get my lead. And the other downside to this is I'm not really giving Facebook enough money to go out and find me those leads. So when people say, well, I need 3 leads a day, but they're only spending £10 and it's going to cost them £15 a lead, then they're not going to get the leads they want. So how do we figure this out? Well, the easiest part is knowing what on average it's going to cost you to get a lead or acquire a customer or a purchase, okay? And you need to then look at the learning phase and how long it takes to exit the learning phase. Now, Meta says that it's 50 events. That event might be a purchase, that event might be a lead. It's 50 of those events in a 7-day period for you to exit learning phase and for your ad to stay active. Now, I have seen this go as low as 10 and I've seen it at 25. So it's not set in stone, but let's go really with the highest. It's going to take you 50 events. So if we were to get our calculator out and we go, and I would say for my business, in 7 days, I need 50 events. Now, I know that it costs me, because of the ads I've been running for the time, it's £30 a lead. Okay, so if I put 30 in and I times 50, that's going to cost 1,500. And I'm going to divide that by 7 days. That's telling me I need to spend £214 a day to get my 50 leads to exit the learning phase. But now, as we said, that can happen in 10. So if I've said 30 a day times 10 is 300 divided by 7, I might get there on £42 a day. So we don't really know where we are yet. Now, once you've got going, or if you've already got a really busy ad account, then this isn't as much of a problem, because when you put ads live, Meta knows enough about your ads manager and the campaigns you've been running so you can exit learning phases quickly. Or it might be that I've actually got ads in a lot of my accounts that I'm in learning limited, but it's still producing leads or purchases at the cost I want. But I need to very quickly think about how I can change that creative or that ad to get more clicks, to get more purchases or leads, so I can get out the exit the learning phase quicker. But that is your simple rule of how to actually figure out how much you need to spend. So let's make it a bit more realistic to people who might be getting leads, okay? So a lead is cost you between £3 and £10, so to speak, on average for most leads. So if we're saying, right, on average, you're going to get a lead for £10, times 50 is 500, divided by 7, that's £71 a day that you need, or dollars a day that you need to look at spending. So it's a rule that's in place. It's a rule that us as advertisers try and stick towards, but don't sit there disheartened and think, I haven't got £50 or dollars a day to start this. Just start off trying to get some leads in, okay? You might have to, if I was to say, what would you start on a day? You could get lucky and spend £10 or dollars a day and suddenly you're getting the leads or the purchases you want. But to really try and expand your ad account, and we're here to make money, we're advertisers, okay? We're here to make money, and we need to get as much back from the platform, from the money we put in to the money that we get out. It needs to be as much as possible for us to be able to scale our businesses to whatever our goals are. You need to have some money behind you, and you're gonna have some waste at first, because I've got some new ads running for my own ad account and they're not working. So even though I know the fundamentals of what I should be doing, I'm an expert in this, I still come across scratching head moments of going, why is that not working? Is it the landing page? I'm always trying to figure things out. Why is that working and the other one's not working? What can I do to the other one to make it work? Okay, so that's basically the way that you need to look at how you can figure out how much you need to spend on your ads to get the results that you want. I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next one.